What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio, coming to you live from the new Fight Star studio. We're joined alongside Vito Mielnicki Jr. and Otha Jones III, and I'm obviously joined alongside my co-host here, Ring Walk Danny. What's going on, gentlemen?
No, thank you for having us on. We appreciate it. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm glad you said that because I feel like I've been watching you for so long, and like we were saying in the lobby, man, you have gotten such a growth spurt. You know, it's been a long time anyway coming. Absolutely. Like you said, man. So yes, thank you for stopping by, and same for you, Otha. It's been a minute since I seen you sparring, so I'm glad I get a chance to, you know, catch up with the both of you guys.
Yeah, I'm back, man. It feels good to be back.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Were you with Matchroom in the beginning, I think?
Yes, when I very first started, I was with Matchroom.
Okay, and you said you have a fight coming up in May.
Yeah, May 12th at the Crib Royale, and put on a show. And I'm back on in June, and I'm going to go on PBC. And then, yeah, we getting it rolling.
All right, all right. Well, we're going to get into all the details of that, but I do want to send a quick shout out, obviously, to Louis DeCuba Sr. and Box Lab, that their companies merged. So the Casino Royale out there in Orlando is going to be popping now with a lot of fights. But Vito, you're on a big undercard here in about a week.
He feels this the biggest in a couple years, at least since the Floyd days, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is the biggest card in probably 5 years, 5-something years, since Floyd's been fighting, like he said. But what is there, like 10 or 12 fights on the card? So out of 20 guys in the whole world, for me to be on the card, I'm just blessed.
Absolutely.
And to be without him, and he's giving me great opportunities. And I'm going to take full advantage of it, put on a dominant performance.
Absolutely. Look, I want to get right into it because on our show, we seem to debate that boxing needs to be a little more like UFC. And I sound probably hypocritical to some saying that because I'm not a UFC fan whatsoever. But they do not throw away their fighters. And both of you guys have suffered losses in your career, but both of you guys are still moving forward, which not a lot of guys get to do when they get that first loss. Like we just recently seen Shakur Stevenson on the Breakfast Club saying how difficult it is when a guy takes a loss. And that's why some fighters don't want to fight the biggest fight right now, because if you lose, you have to start from the beginning. Facts. You're at the back of the line. So I just want to talk to you guys about that. You've already been able to suffer that adversity and come out of it and continue your career. How has that been for you, both mentally and physically?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it happened early on in my career. Obviously, it was throughout the pandemic. A lot of things were going on throughout camp and everything, but that was a fight that I tried to make happen again in a rematch, in which the dude came in, I think, like 6-7 pounds overweight for the rematch. So that didn't happen. But it's obviously a fight that I should have won. But when you're not prepared, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So not being prepared to go into a fight, obviously live on Fox, things like that happen. I'm actually happy it happened early on in my career. So I learned from my mistakes. I stay in the gym now, stay ready. I stay running, stay doing my road work, stay sparring. And so when we get that call, we're ready.
So what was it? Simply the pandemic? You weren't as frequently visiting the gym? Like, why weren't you prepared?
So really, we actually did a catch weight at 152 for that fight. I was a 47-pounder at that time. And we did a catch weight at 52. My original fight date was supposed to be May 15th. So it was like middle of March. So they gave us the fight date May 15th. So you figure middle of March, we have like 8 weeks to prepare. And then we got a call that actually a fight had fell out on an April 17th card. So obviously me being a fighter, I say absolutely. And it's a bigger stage on Fox, Channel 5 Fox, opener on Channel 5. So we took the opportunity. And then my coach, obviously, he got COVID 2 weeks before. So I wasn't training with him. I was at a separate gym getting rounds in, not with elite guys like I should have been sparring. And it was really more of just like going through the motions kind of camp. It was more of just getting my weight down, being able to make the weight just so I could even fight. And actually before the fight, in the walk before they called my name, I looked over to my coach. I said, I ain't got no legs. My legs, because when you're not prepared, you know when you're not prepared.
Really?
So I was like, my legs are gone. He's like, we're here now. You better figure it out. And we went in. I was flat. My body didn't even look right.
What would have happened if you would have said, I don't wanna go on? Is it too late at that point? Is it a loss, or can you pull out and just look bad in front of your promoter?
Nah, for me, I'm a fighter. Whether I gotta go in there, not have any legs, stand there and go at it for 8 rounds, I'm gonna do that before doing. And so it's a learning experience. I'm happy that it happened early on in my career. And I just look back at it, and every time I even think about it, like, it just motivates me even more. Just that night, and how lonely of a following 2 months were, or 3 months were, until after my next fight. After I win, I get 200, 300 messages. After that loss, it was really just my mom, my family, and it really just brings you back down to reality.
Wow.
Now, for you, having overcame that loss, obviously, what we got here, 6, 7 in a row.
6 straight wins.
6 in a row. Fighting on a big stage. How do you prepare for next Saturday night? Because, like you said, this is biggest fight we've seen in years. And you fought on big cards before, but nothing like this. This is like a Mayweather type of card. I mean, a Mayweather type of event, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, really, the preparation, we've gotten great sparring out here. Top guys, Delorme, Jalil Hackett, did some rounds with Lorenzo Simpson, Jai Brown, Shenard Bunch. We've been getting great work.
Man, you sparred Truck?
We did some, I sparred Truck a while. Like, I've known Truck my whole life, so have done rounds my whole life. But yeah, we're just getting good work, and like, just great rounds. My running, being able to run outside with hills and everything, it's just been great. So overall, we've been getting good work in, and my body feels great. My mental state is great for the fight, and I'm just ready to put on a great performance.
What gym are you guys using out here?
We got the DLX gym. DLX boxing.
And another thing, you can't forget the altitude out here is different from Jersey or Philly, the East Coast. So that plays a big part too.
Definitely.
So, Otha, give us your story, man. How'd you deal with your first loss?
My story, just like you said, it's hard, coming back. Promotional companies want to drop you because you didn't get the win and stuff like that. But it's really just motivational, make you want to work 10 times harder. When you come back, you got to show that you're more hungry and you're willing to put in the work, because when you take that loss, you can't take it for granted. You gotta double down and buckle up. And you gotta show the promotional companies, you gotta show the managers, you gotta show everybody that you really want it.
So walk me through that moment, because I'm sure you weren't expecting to receive a call that they were cutting you because of your first loss, especially as a prospect.
Yeah, in that moment, I got the call, and I was really hurt.
Did Eddie call you himself, or who called you?
Eddie actually talked to my team, and my team let me know, and was really hurt. Didn't really want to talk to anybody. Just like Vito said, when you get those wins, everybody want to text you, everybody want to say congrats. But when you get those losses, only close family, got your back.
How long after the loss did they let you know that they wasn't?
I would say about a week and a half, 2 weeks after.
They didn't even let you
process. Right. They didn't even let it sink in yet. So, it's like, wow. You just really know, life hits you. Like, what am I gonna do next?
So now I gotta ask, because as a casual, right, they'll go to BoxRec and they're like, well, he took 2 years off. Like, were you 2 years away from the ring, or was it 2 years away from the ring professionally because of managerial promotional issues, or did you take some time to process and you was like, I'm not dealing with boxing right now? Because that fight was a long time ago, and then your next fight was a long time from there.
Yeah, it was really like the promotional things. Really, I wanted to really find myself. Deep down. Because at the moment I didn't really think boxing was for me, because
solely off the loss.
Yeah, solely off the loss. Because everybody is caught up in the Mayweather, the 50-0. I want to end my career being undefeated. When life hits you, you gotta roll with the punches, and you got to keep going. And also some family things, I had a son. You know, congrats to me. And
Congrats.
you know, I took some time away from that too, and you know, just everything. I just had let it have to sink in and really let myself be more hungry and want to come back to boxing, and that's what I did.
What was the moment? When did it click? Like, man, I'm coming back. What were you watching a fight? Were you just like, it was the finances? You like, man, I gotta go make some money, or was it, you know, what was it?
It wasn't even about the money. It was just like I'm seeing all these different fighters, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm better than this fighter, and he's up here at a nice level, and I can be there, and I got the talent. Man, I'm going back. It's over. It's over. I got to go back.
For sure, man. It's like you guys said, it is a lonely road when you take that loss, man. But the both of you are back in the win column, and you know, moving forward. So talk to me about that. Are you still with your same trainers? And you know, what did you do once you decided you're coming back? What was the first step?
I got a different trainer, Chino. You know, great trainer, and I got a different promotional company. I'm with Vito, Big Vito Mielnicki, and you know, he's taking me to the top, and I believe in him. I got the same manager though, Dave McWater, split team management. I got the same. That's the same. But you know, everything was different. You know, I'm not in Ohio no more. I'm in Jersey. That was different.
How's that been coming
And
out
what
of
part
Toledo?
of Ohio? Okay, Toledo.
Yeah, Toledo, Ohio. It's really different because you know, born and raised in Toledo, that's all I know. And going to Jersey, it's real different. You know, I'm not really from Jersey. I still got to get used to it. Things like that. But still getting used to my new coach. It's all a new experience, but I'm gathering it all in. I'm taking it all in. I'm hungry and I want it. That's the main thing.
Seems like you guys know each other way back.
Oh yeah, me and
Yeah,
Otha
yeah,
way
yeah.
back, way back. How old are we? Probably like 8 or 9. I was
8 or
probably
9,
yeah.
right?
I was
Oh,
probably
wow.
like 8 or 9 years old at the Ohio State Fair and everything,
Yeah.
fighting. But we used to see each other at all the tournaments, traveling around, and in the amateurs, everyone just becomes like one big like boxing family.
Family,
Mhm.
Like,
facts.
you know who you're gonna see at the tournaments. You know who you're gonna see in the finals. Like, you know who the top guys are and everything. But O and I, we've been at the top in the amateurs and everything since we've been kids. So
Facts.
to
I remember
now-
when I was a kid, I used to be like, man, I can't wait to see all my boxing fans. I can't wait to see Vito, you know, Truck. Oh man, all the top amateurs, Gabriel Flores, Mark Castro, all those guys. I used to be like, man, I can't wait to see him, you know, stunt, I won, you know, I got my belt, you know, we always take pictures after we win, you know, big family things, but we all knew each other since 8, 9 years old.
So being out here, you guys bumped into Gabe,
I actually saw him at
Top Rank.
not Top Rank. I seen him at the LVAC
Okay.
one time in the morning.
Elva.
Yeah, I
Oh,
bumped
back,
into him there too.
Yeah, I seen him there.
He had
But
the weighted vest on and everything.
yeah, for me and him now to be with Coach Chino and Coach Ant, it all came full circle for us. You know, it's cool. It definitely is, because we never
Coach
trained.
Ant is with you too?
Coach Ant.
Oh,
yeah,
Ant.
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant Anthony from Jersey.
No, yeah, Coach Ant. So
Okay.
yeah, you know, it's cool to see like everything come full circle. We never trained together or anything. We just seen each other at tournaments. But for us to be now living in the same camp house and everything, going through everything together, making weight, doing the sparring, everything together, it's cool.
So you're only 20 years old. We just realized that in the lobby while we were waiting to go live, man. I can't believe you're only 20 years old. You do have 14 fights, so you are on a
Turned pro
kind of
at
fast
17.
pace. Yeah, you turned pro at 17. Excuse me, kind of like
Yeah,
Devin
yeah.
Haney. What's your thoughts of the pro game, man? Now that you gotten some experience and obviously coming up, your dad is who he is.
Yeah.
You've been embedded in this sport
Yeah.
since the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for me turning pro at 17, it was a little different than other guys turning pro at 17. For me, I made all my mistakes on the big stage on TV. So it's like a blessing in disguise a little bit, because
Mm-hmm.
fighters dream to fight on TV and everything, but growing, you're gonna have your growing pains live in front of millions of people. And like we talked about, that happened with me, and I'm growing each and every fight, improving mentally, physically, my skills, everything. We're getting better and better. But like you said, I've been embedded into the pro game, and I'm just blessed to be in the position I am right now. I'm gonna keep doing my thing, keep racking up these wins, and make our way to the top.
Is it a slow transition to 54, or are you just hanging around there till you get a shot at 47? What is?
No, I'm a 54 pounder. Yeah, I'm a 54 pounder. We made that. I think it was like 4 fights ago. We officially made that change. For me, like I'm a huge 47, and I'm still a big 54. So, the weight cut, we do it the right way. And we stay in the gym, stay ready. So we're not going too high up in weight. And I'm a 54 pounder. I'm growing into the 54 pound division still, but I'm a big 54 still.
Do you feel stronger?
I feel stronger. Obviously 47 you fight with the 8s on instead of 10s. I think 8s and 10s actually a big difference. Like in terms of the glow, like
Defensively, you mean?
I think even like when you're cracking like with an 8-ounce glove is different than the 10. I made a few glove changes too, because my fight when I lost, I fought in 10-ounce MXs, Everlast MXs, and I didn't like them because they were real bloated up top. And then we made the change to the Elite Pro Elites Everlast, and I like them a lot better.
I actually love the MXs. That's the Canelo line.
Yeah,
I love those. I have those.
The 10 ounces I didn't like though, because they were real bloated up top. And I didn't really like them, so I made the change to the Pro Elites Everlast.
So obviously, as a welterweight, when you were one, you could have sparred some 54 pounders. I'm hoping that's the case, right? So the transition for you wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal. I think the pace like of a 54 is like different than a 47, like it would be for a 40 going to a 35. And I think for me, like we said, I was 17 when I turned pro. I was still growing into my body because I had a growth spurt from 15 to 16 years old, from where I was 100 pounds to when I grew from like 5'5" to 5'10", 5'11". So I was still figuring out my body, figuring out how to use my distance, how to use my range. And everything's just coming fully together now. I can feel it when I'm inside the ring and just training in general.
For sure, for sure. So, like you said, man, you have to take some time to get to know Chino, and you're getting used to him. How's that been, that transition, and just what are the differences?
Getting to know Chino, he have a really different style from what I'm used to. And especially my second coach, Coach Ant, and Chino, they're a great team because Coach Ant, he stays on the boxing tip, moving your feet, staying out of harm's way, he don't want you to get touched. And Coach Chino, as he focuses on, the power, the head movement inside, touching the body more. So, both of them together, I just think they combining is great, and I just love it.
So you got your fight coming up in May. Do you have an opponent?
I don't think so yet, but the fight in May is gonna be the Crib Royale, and after that, I'll be up in June, and I'll be on PBC, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm curious. Obviously, you're doing business over here with Big Vito and whatnot, but who are you excited to see coming out of Toledo? I mean, I feel like not just the city of Toledo, but like Ohio in general has been showing out for the boxing. Yeah. Who have you been keeping an eye on, and a lot of the people you came up with?
I've been keeping a big eye on Jerry Anderson. He's one of the top heavyweights right now, and I feel that he can get a real shot. And I feel right now he can beat Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua.
Oh wow!
To me, Anthony Joshua's washed up.
Washed?
Yes, he's
champ.
Yes,
champ. He lost to Usyk.
Luis ruined him. Luis ruined his career. Ruiz. He ruined his career. I think ever since that fight, he's been gun shy. He's scared. He's scared to throw those real hard punches, and he's scared to get in
you
real
ain't lying.
big contact.
Can't say I can't say I don't feel like he's gun shy. I can't say that, but he still lost to a dude that's like gonna be going down as a great.
No. I take nothing from the loss from Usyk. I take nothing from that, but I just think like he's on his way out. That's what I think. That's just my
Perfect
opinion.
time for Jared then.
Perfect time for Jared. I feel like if he get that fight, it wouldn't go past 10. It's not gonna go the whole 12 because Jared is really cracking and he gonna put that heat on you.
Yo, do you remember coming up with him as
Of
and
course.
that was like what he was like? Because we see him at, unlike most heavyweights, he was actually a a boxer. Well, before he was a heavyweight, he was a boxer that came up boxing. Like wasn't coming over, crossing
another
over from
sport.
another sport.
Facts.
So just any gym memories or things that you remember seeing that led you to know, like, yeah, he gonna be one of those ones.
I remember me and Jared, we actually started off with Coach Derek Riley at Just Us Boxing Gym. And we was both 8 years old. He used to be my size. We used to spar.
Damn. You
Right.
lying.
No. We actually used to spar. He was my size, but he had that growth spurt. I remember we
That's
running with Jared,
crazy.
sparring with Jared, hitting the bag with Jared. Like, we literally started at the same boxing gym.
So, like, how much of a growth spurt was it? Like, you guys sparred, then he came back to the gym. How big was he?
Man, we sparred when we was about 8 years old. From like 8 to 10, we was the same size. And then, like, I would say as we got like teenagers, he just outgrew me by so much. I'm like, man, I'm not sparring
Did he
your big
skip
self
any?
no more.
Did he go to any other divisions, or did he, like, when he sparred you and then it was just like heavyweight?
He went to other divisions.
Okay.
Like from 8 years old, we were sparring each other. Then he'll always be like 2 weight classes above me, and then it went to like 3 or 4 weight classes, and then he was just heavyweight. I'm like, oh my god.
Damn. Vito, man, you being from Jersey and now at 54, have you ever sparred Julian Williams? And he's also out here. Are you guys?
J Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sparred J Rock actually. I sparred him once. I sparred him when I was in high school actually as a senior.
Wow.
I think I was senior. I got taken out of school actually to go down there to Philly to spar him. It was actually right before he fought Jason Rosario. There were obviously rumors that J Rock was sick for that fight. I think with the flu or something. We did, I think, 8 rounds when I went down there. For me at that time, and I think still now, the form of J Rock when he fought Jared Hurd and all those other guys at that time, I think technically, like, and just boxing knowledge wise, IQ, I think he's up there at the top.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody says he's one of the, kind of best, like, boxing minds.
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
especially in that gym for sure. I hear he gives people amazing work.
Have you ran into him at all?
Out here, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's here.
I haven't seen him out here. I seen him
Okay.
at a few fights and everything, like seeing him around. But he's always showing love to me and supporting my career. So
Yeah, I know he's in Vegas getting ready for that tough ass fight with
Adames.
Carlos Adames,
yeah,
man.
it's gonna
Shit.
it's a tough.
He's
fight.
really fighting
That's
Adames.
Bro, you just
that's
think
going
I'm
on
like
in
this
June,
some
right?
liar or some
Is
shit,
that
y'all.
he makes so many jokes. I don't know when to
I think
believe
that's
him.
going
That's
on
a
in
tough
June,
ass
yeah.
fight, bro.
I heard. I mean, we've been hearing that Adames has been.
No, that's
No, he's cracking.
Yeah, he's cracking.
I'm out here. I'm watching him spar. He
Yeah.
is cracking.
And we heard with top guys too that he's.
Top guys.
Yeah, he's
Like,
cracking.
real good
But I ain't gonna
people.
front. He could, like, if someone matches him, it's questionable. Is that explosiveness gonna slow down? I feel like he might get tired. But he fights in spurts too. So maybe it's not that he gasses, and instead
Yeah.
it's in spurts. So it's like do.
And he's at pound
Recover.
for pound. He's at pound for pound training. So we were going over to pound for pound, getting some sparring in, and you're fighting in the shoebox in that ring. So
Is that what Bob Santos gym is
Yeah.
called?
yeah,
Mhm,
pound for
pound
pound.
for pound.
So we went over there a few times, getting rounds in.
Who you getting rounds with over there? Is it
Damn,
not many
what's his
Pac-Man,
name?
right?
Nah,
Hector?
Hector.
Hector?
No.
No.
Omar Juarez.
Yeah, Omar. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who, the one that's gonna fight Rancis?
He's fighting Rancis.
Yeah, he's fighting Rancis. I've
Yeah.
been getting good work with him. That's a real good work.
Bro, I watched 2 of his. That's so amazing. I watched 2 of his fights like 24, 48 hours ago, specifically because he fighting Rancis. And I watched the Ryan Cowboy Carl fight. How's he doing? How was that work? Did he slow down?
Man,
I
real
feel
good
like he's
work.
explosive in the beginning.
Man,
with these beautiful
the
hooks,
whole
but then it
8
slows
rounds.
down.
The whole 8 rounds, pressure,
going?
pressure,
Okay.
pressure.
Yeah.
He makes
Wow.
you. That's what I like about the sparring. He make me think.
Mm.
And when I think,
In
I'm
that
a
small
bad
ring,
boy.
though, you gotta think because
Yeah.
How
They're-
small is it?
It's
it's
a
like
phone
it's
booth.
like a 14 foot. Like
14 on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
We literally
Bro.
call it the phone booth ring
Hey,
where we gotta
It's
gotta
funny
work.
because you was split T. They gym, my man's and them be over there. Oh,
Amari?
man. Yeah.
Zoo?
Tim Zoo was in town, right?
Oh yeah.
He was supposed to fight Charlo and shit. So I go over there to see him spar. Bro, it's like you come center of the ring, take 2 steps
And you're on
back,
the
and your
rope.
back's
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
rope.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's
what
it.
the fuck type of ring is
Yeah,
this,
you wanna
bro?
get-
That's how Silver State is.
If you
It's
get in, if you
small.
want to get in shape, you spar in a ring like that.
man.
yeah.
That's a real phone booth right there.
Yeah.
But I feel like you need that. Because if you get too, I guess, accustomed to having a lot of space when you don't have the room to leave, you're not gonna know what to
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean? And you have to learn how to fight on the
June
inside.
24th is the Damas and J Rock fight.
Wow.
Minnesota.
I guess
Where,
how many
Who's the main event? Is that the main?
That's the main
how
event.
many how many fights is this for J Rock at 60 though? Because maybe
I think
that's
it's
why
his
he's
first.
fighting.
I-
Wow.
Isn't it his first?
No.
First, because
Damn, your
he was at 54.
Yeah, it's
I
his
hate,
first.
I hate to say it in front of y'all. They got to be cashing him out. That dude's a puncher, bro. And
Nah,
J Rock,
he's crap.
let's be real. J Rock looks great.
This is
J Rock is a great boxer. but
last fight-
he's not having punch resistance.
His last fight was his first fight at middleweight, but I
And
mean
who
that
was that versus?
that was against a guy named Rolando Wensaleco Mancia. He was 18-11-1, 8 rounds. Went 8 rounds.
He could outbox. I ain't gonna front. He could outbox Adames.
He could.
but he gonna have to stay away from Adames.
My
he gonna have
personal-
to really box.
My personal opinion, don't get me wrong, J Rock my guy. I'll have to outbox his shoes off the whole time.
the whole time.
He can't get hit with no punch because I feel like J Rock's chin is a little
That's what I
suspect.
just said. I think his punch resistance ain't
Suspect.
there. Usually, it's like him and Tony Harrison could box their ass off. If it's just boxing,
Tony's another one.
but
Yeah.
it's either the tank or the chin, and those are two things you have to have in this sport. If you don't have punch resistance
Mm-hmm.
and stamina, I walk into gyms and I see the phrase. I'm probably gonna misquote it, but it's like stamina makes cowards out of men, or the other one is like, I don't know, something about stamina or endurance can
Yeah.
beat skill because. If you're skillful but you're not in shape,
Right.
that shit ain't gonna mean nothing when my man is welling on
Hard
you.
work beats talent.
That's the one. There you go. There you go. Yeah, man. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, hard work beats talent when the talent is not in full top
Exactly.
condition.
I think exactly. I feel like when you at that top level, yo, it be
Everyone's in shape.
That's what they supposed to be.
Hell no.
We
You think
interviewed
so?
Keyshawn.
I don't
I
think.
don't-
I don't think so either.
Hell
After
no,
moving
yeah.
here, when I was on the East Coast, I would say that because we're from the East, so we have that pretty style. People
Yeah.
want to like take pictures and then
No, yeah,
slipping and shit.
definitely. Fact.
Over here, these Mexicans are
Nah,
like,
they're on go.
we on your
Underlay.
asshole, and it's like, damn, get off me.
No,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Give me some room.
I moved to LA for 6 months when I was 18, getting good with sparring out there, and it was way different than when I was. So like the first time I sparred, it was another small ring, and it was a phone booth.
Yeah.
Like you're fighting in a
No,
phone
they
booth.
love wars. They love wars.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm saying, I'm old, but
Bro.
I came up in your gym, so I'm thinking, I'm
Yeah.
gonna come out here and still spot. Man, they put me in there with a
Right.
22-year-old, 320. And I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, I
he's
got
young
this
cat.
guy. I got him
Yeah.
because I'm watching him on the bag and everything. He's like, boof. He's slow. I'm like, I got him.
He just kept
Motherfucker
coming.
wouldn't stop.
He
One
just kept
stop.
coming.
Different now. The water's different. These guys just, they
Like
not
soon as you
stopping.
get tired, that's what they want. Oh yeah,
Exactly.
it's my time to shine.
No, and his trainer, Gil Martinez, he's like, come on, to the body, body. And I'm like, damn,
That's how it
out
be,
here,
that's how it be.
they spar different out here. Everybody, pros, even little kids. I'm watching
Mhm.
them, but it's needed. I used to be the type to say, nah, man, where's the trainer at to not stop that? And yes, there is a time where a trainer should be like, all right, my guy got hit. give them a minute or pull them out. But if you're not met with that sort of fight and sparring, how
In
can
the
you
gym,
deal
yeah,
with
you're
it?
not. Yeah,
Right?
it's
How
gotta
can you
be-
deal with it in a real fight?
Exactly. And then with the smaller gloves too. That's why when you said the glove side, I figured you, because I hear a lot of people talking about when they go from sparring gloves to the fight
No,
8 ounce,
definitely
the
is
punches
different.
slip
Yeah,
around. You know, they
definitely is
slip around
different.
the
Yes, sir.
sides. So defensively, it can be a totally different game plan. But I do want to ask you about being in this sport for so long. Like you must been meeting the biggest names, the who's who for
Yeah.
so many years. And what was it that triggered you to want to be a fighter?
So really, not my father wasn't in the game until I started boxing. So it was really just one day we were watching TV and the fight came on the TV. It was Floyd Mayweather versus Shane Mosley, and I said, my dad. I was always like into physical contact sports. I love football, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to box. So he was my father and my family actually have a wrestling background, one-on-one sports, and I liked it because it was one-on-one. I controlled my own destiny. If I put the work in, it was gonna show in the ring. So he brought me down to the gym. Jamar Carter in the basement of an abandoned church in Newark. And
Wait, on Roseville?
Roseville, yeah. Yeah, that's where I was at.
You're lying. Roseville and
Yeah.
Orange Street, the
Yeah,
church?
Yeah, the church.
Oh my God.
You hit your head going down into the basement.
Bro,
Yeah.
I trained there. Yo, that's crazy. When I was in elementary, but I remember taking my son.
Yeah.
He did one day, never went back.
No, so that's what happened. So look, my dad takes me there, and first day there was a trainer in there, and he was screaming in my face, spitting and everything. As I'm like, I'm not going back there.
I know,
So
that's the
but my
worst.
dad signed me up for 30 days. So my dad said, "Nah, I signed you up. I paid for 30 days. You're finishing out
I
these
should
30
have said
days."
that to my son.
And,
Damn.
and
He holds you, Nas. He showed you who
Yeah.
was the boss.
Yeah, and then after 3
Yeah.
days, I didn't want to leave, and then I built friendships and with guys that are still my friends to this day. So
Wow.
yeah, haven't turned back since then.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you started in that gym.
Yeah, that's where I started.
I honestly, like, for whatever reason, I thought you guys were like based out of Bergen County.
Nah.
What's the gym? Global. Have you
Global. I heard of Global. Yeah, nah, but we're Essex County.
Yeah,
That's
no,
just
I
yeah.
began to see that you guys, I mean, I came to know you obviously from the Glen Tapia gym, but
Yeah.
I didn't know Essex is, so wow, okay, so where are you guys originally from?
My father's from Nutley. My mother's from Belleville area,
Oh,
and they brought me up to Roseland, New Jersey, when I was born. Yeah, once I was.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
from Newark, and like my uncle lived in Belleville. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So you went to Nutley.
I didn't go to Nutley. I grew up in Roseland, New Jersey. Went to West
Okay.
Essex High School. So
Oh, Roseland. All right. So
Yeah.
you're down by
Yeah.
280. It's
280,
like,
yeah, exit
going
four,
towards I forget. Well, close to East Hanover.
yeah, East Hanover over there.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
like we were talking about a suburban kid coming down to where that's at, Jamar Carter.
Yeah.
So
How was that?
No, yeah,
now
so it was
now this story's getting real interesting. To
Yeah.
be from Roseland to come to
Yeah,
North
nah,
to fucking
exactly.
Mount Pleasant.
yeah.
How was that? Getting out the car and looking around.
No, yeah. So I got out of the car, looked around. Obviously, my dad is a rough guy. Everyone thinks he ain't from Roseland, New Jersey. He lives up there, but he's never up there.
Yeah.
So
He's more like Jersey City.
Yeah. yeah, I mean, he brought me down there, and like we were talking about, it's a whole different world once
It
you go in
is.
there. So, it was a different scenery, and honestly, I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with it after like 2 or 3 days, and I didn't want to leave.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So you knew early. Sorry, you knew
Yeah.
early though that this was for you because we heard him talking. I mean, he took you to the who's who and to the locations where the
Yeah.
fire is at. So you've obviously gotten burnt or enjoyed being in the heat. So
Yeah, I just fell in love with everything about it. I fell in love with the sparring, like being able to, like, you're punching somebody, but
Yeah.
it's what you're supposed to, like, it's your sport.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So
sparring is the funnest part.
yeah, and just going to tournaments and fighting, competing, and just seeing growth. If you're in the gym, you're working, you're growing as a fighter, and you see it in the fight. So I
Mhm.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed the process of just being in the gym working.
I'm curious. I gotta ask, like, with your dad having invested so much, is there like ever any pressure? Like, fuck, man, all these years, all this money, everything he's put on the line. Like,
Yeah.
I gotta make sure the
Help you get it
results.
back.
I'm saying just simply the results pay off. You
Mhm.
get what I'm saying? Is there any pressure with that?
I wouldn't say pressure. I think my dad's been doing it. My dad's been doing this thing. He's been making money. Like, it ain't about that. But in just in terms of, like, when you have people believing in you and believing in your dream as much as you do, you want to just, it motivates you even more to get to that point. So having a family like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brother, having a supporting cast like that, it just drives me even more just to be the best version of me every time I step in the ring.
Man, that is. I did cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I forgot, to be honest.
He's great at that. Yeah.
He's totally great.
Yeah.
But I didn't know you didn't know I started, because that's like
Especially bro, like literally, you don't know. My uncle just sold the house across the street from that gym on Roseville.
Oh,
like literally 2 weeks
that's
ago. Like, I
crazy.
can't believe that you trained there. Like my mom had 223 Roseville Avenue.
Yeah.
It's insane that I didn't know that. I began to follow you and your dad. Actually, your dad before you, obviously, because he was a promoter. But I seen you again at the Passaic gym.
Yeah, so my
Passaic
dad
gym. I used
started
to go there every
promoting.
day.
He started promoting like a few years after I was boxing and everything. Obviously he built relationships with
Yeah,
a
no,
lot
I
of
mean,
guys
I
in the
seen all
game.
his shows on Showbox
Yeah.
for sure, and we were talking the Kenneth Sims fight and
Yeah.
the Samuel Teals, and he put on some good Showbox cards.
Definitely, it's a blessing to have him too, because he makes it easy for me just to worry about the fighting.
Yeah,
Like,
because he's
you know,
so savvy at the business.
Yeah, so for me, just be able to worry about fighting, the training, and him handle all the other stuff on the outside. It's important, I think, as a fighter, just to be able to zone out and worry about that one night. to
Makes it
fight. Yeah.
much more easier.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you have any siblings?
I have 2 sisters and 1 younger brother.
He's into the sport or
No,
no? And
he's not.
you have a sister, right?
Yes, O'Shea Jones.
And she's also.
Yeah, she's a pro.
Didn't she just have a fight?
Yeah, she just had a fight. She just beat a ex-world champion.
Yeah, I seen the Dominican girl. Unfortunately,
Dominican,
she
yeah.
put hands on a Dominican brethren. One of my, but it's a common opponent though. Yeah. So you guys, you come from pedigree. So what got you into this?
You're not gonna believe it, but what really got me into this was YouTube sensation, Pretty Boy Bam Bam. We was real close.
Oh wow, we interviewed him.
Yeah, we was real close when we was back younger. We still close, but he was getting
Isn't he
meals.
from Ohio?
Yeah, he from Toledo, just like me. Born and raised in Toledo.
First internet sensation.
I remember him doing pad work. And
Yeah.
stuff, like blindfolded.
All that. So I'm like, man, he getting all these views. I want to get views too. I want to get a million views too. I'm like, man, Pop, sign me up. I want it. So from there on, I just fell in love with the sport, and I love it.
That's funny. That's actually the way, what got you started and what got you.
Yeah, it's
in
like
it.
it's like the views and stuff. It's like, get you excited. Yeah, man. Shout out to him, man. He just had his first son.
And
Congrats,
that's when
brother.
social media wasn't even.
Nope.
Wasn't even
Yeah,
back
No,
popular like that.
I think what blew him up was Ellen. He got on the
yeah,
Ellen.
Oh,
the
really?
Ellen
Yeah.
show.
That's next level.
Bro, I
man.
feel like, didn't he do Steve Harvey too?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Steve
did all
Harvey,
that.
Steve Harvey.
He got a lot of recognition, bro.
Yeah. Yo, it's
fast hand on
funny,
the pass.
like, when I met him, like, in person, I didn't know that was him, the kid, because he's like a grown man
Yeah, he
now.
all
you know what I'm
grown up and stuff
saying?
now. Like he's a real
now.
man
So
now.
it's like, damn, I didn't realize it was him till like after. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
So Vito, obviously, with your father being in the game, when you decided after all these amateur fights to turn pro, did you think that the pro transition would be as smooth in terms of career, not the fights, not the gym, not the ring, but like your dad getting you to this position? Did you expect your career to also be on television every fight?
So my professional debut, I wasn't even supposed to turn pro. Like I was gonna go out. So this is what happened. I'll start. It was April. We went to Spain for a tournament. We brought a whole bunch of guys out. We went out there as a Team USA, and it was like, I forget what cup it was, but so we went out there. I fought a kid from Spain the first day. 3 Spain judges, 1 France, and 1 Italian, 1 Italy judge. So dominated the whole fight. from corner to corner, just dominated the fight, and they raised the other kid's hand. Kid's name was Sergio Martinez.
Highway robbery.
Yeah, highway robbery. And then I came out of the ring. I told my dad, I said, I'm done with amateur boxing. So we got out of the ring. We had a plan for me to, because I enjoyed football. I stopped playing football 7th grade once I broke my arm to focus more on fully just boxing. And then
Were you a QB?
I was running back safety. Yeah, so came out. I was I'm gonna just go out, play my senior year of football, and just enjoy my senior year. And then once we want to turn pro, we'll turn pro. Stayed like I wasn't even in the gym, so I blew up lifting weights, getting ready for the football season. I was like 185,
Wow.
like end of junior year, going into senior year, summer, and then like I said, I was like 185, lifting weights. And then one day my dad calls me as I'm pulling in the driveway. He's like, I got an idea. And I'm like, oh, let's hear it. So whenever he's got an idea, I'm like, he's thinking outside the box. And then he's like, Shakur's fighting at the Prudential Center, which is like Newark, New Jersey, right where we're at. He's like, what do you think about making your debut? And I'm like, that's in like 5 or 6 weeks. I'm like, Dad, I haven't even been in the gym. Like, I haven't touched my boxing bags in my room in the closet. I'm getting ready to play football. He's like, just think about it. Just think about it. I'm like, all right. So I sat on it until he got home. He got home. I was like, what weight we gonna go? He's like 47. I'm like, bro, I'm 185. Like, what are you talking about? So he's like, nah, we'll make it. We'll make it. So I'm like, all right. First, like, 2 weeks of sparring, since I'm lifting a lot of weights, I'm just have so much
You're
muscle.
tight.
I'm tight. Everything. I didn't feel like good. And then we made it, but we made it happen. I made my pro debut on Shakur's card, sold a bunch of tickets.
Do you remember how many?
I think it was like 2,500 seats. Yeah,
Jeez.
in the my pro debut. So
Yeah, I remember that.
2,500 seats.
I think it was like 2,000 tickets. or
I
something.
remember that
Damn,
being
a lot
a
of seats,
talking
bro.
point of how many tickets you were able to sell. Obviously,
Yeah,
and
That's
so young.
crazy.
So, and then I made SportsCenter top 10 for the knockout. And then a lot of people were leaving me as a ticket seller because I never made like my youth debut as an amateur. So my name wasn't really out there like that. But I've been at the top my whole life in boxing. So a lot of people were leaving me as a ticket seller. And I was like, oh, they don't know that like I've been doing this. Like, because a lot of guys labeled as ticket seller are guys that like just local guys that could sell a lot of tickets, really, that a lot of the guys can't really fight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, especially in Jersey. So that's how it all started. That's how I made my
You
debut.
gotta let them know you
That's-
ain't new to this. You
That's
true to this.
Yeah.
that's a lot, man. Because I want to say Shakur's first fight didn't even do 10; it did 8, right, Danny?
I don't even think it did that because they cut
someone
off the
sent
bull.
me everything from all his. The other day, someone said
Yeah,
like,
I found an article. Nutley native Mielnicki Jr. wins boxing debut at age 17.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
yeah, 15.
bro, do you eat
They
sushi?
said so. They said over 1,500 tickets.
Yeah, so it was like,
You
yeah.
sold.
You
Yo, hold on, cause I'm curious. How the fuck did you just have like a code or like were you physically?
No, that's why
Hand
that all
exchange.
goes back to my dad. Like my dad was going around, driving around. My mom going around, driving around, getting the tickets, selling them. And then what we did was we gave everybody a white T-shirt with my logo on it. And then, so on the TV on ESPN Plus, everybody had a white T-shirt on in the crowd. So after I fought, everyone left.
Ooh,
So the
you
place
took
emptied
the
out.
crowd.
So and then they were starting to bring people down from the top, and then that was like you said, like the talk of the thing. Like, oh, Mielnicki sells a lot of tickets, steals the show, but
You eat sushi?
no, I don't like any.
Oh,
sushi.
man.
Oh, you missing out.
Is this crazy good sushi spot in Nutley over there across the street from the diner is rocking. I was gonna see if you ever been there.
Which diner? Nutley Diner?
I'm from Newark, so
Oh,
I wouldn't
alright.
know if that, but it's definitely a diner right literally across the street from it. There's a
Okay.
bank,
Yeah, so
and
Nutley
then
Diner.
the sushi spot is kind of like to the right,
Nutley
on the right of the
Diner,
bank.
yeah.
And actually, there's a Rita's next
Rita,
to the
yeah,
bank.
Nutley Diner. You're talking about?
Okay,
Yes. I
that sushi spot is official.
I never
I'm
had.
telling you, he's amazing. I mean, he is amazing. He even gives you like a little bonus sushi for just being,
Oh,
coming
shit.
through. Nah, I forgot his name.
What's
I
the
actually
strip
text my
club
uncle.
did that. Like, yo, we gonna give you a bonus lap dance. Like,
Bro, these
How
guys are
weird.
fighters. They're not in any strip clubs. Those environments, that's for
What?
only for the after party.
no,
You know?
ain't nothing wrong with a little. Bro, you from Jersey? Come on, like growing up, especially my favorite TV show ever, The Sopranos. I'm like, yo, one day I'm gonna go to the Bada Bing. Give me a little lap dance over there. Then I realized
Yo.
it's an actual strip club. It's just called like something else. It's not the Bada Bing, but man, I know you got titty bars out there in Jersey.
No, there's a million of them.
No comment. You trying to get me in trouble?
Oh, you married?
You got a girl.
No, I got a girl.
How old are you?
You
23.
Oh, you're young.
He said,
You're young.
that ain't about nothing. You ain't doing nothing but helping the less fortunate. You be helping somebody pay the bills,
Yeah.
put groceries on their table, shit like
tell her,
that.
nah, I was only helping with the bills. She gonna hit you right in the head with the shoe.
Right.
But guys, give out your social media. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. We do appreciate. I do want to say on air, we were extremely late.
Yo, we
obviously.
apologize.
You know, we're in a new studio,
blame
and
us.
we had to have them wait almost 40 minutes. I
Nah,
apologize.
it's all
This has
good.
never
It's all
happened.
good.
I'm
No
embarrassed.
problem.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all,
But it's
it was
not their
closer to
fault.
an
We're
hour.
gonna say it's
We
our
have nothing
fault.
else
Yeah,
to do rather than
I'm
other
gonna say it
than
was
training.
Ness' fault.
I
He was
mean,
the last
Danny
one to
wasn't
show
even
up.
here when we was here. Vito was already had his feet on the couch. It was terrible,
Yeah,
man.
kicked up. No, we're happy we got to
Yeah.
chop it up finally.
Yes, man, yes.
Definitely come back again if
And you from
Wherever.
Jersey.
Yo,
yeah,
what the fuck
that's so
were we?
close.
That was DC, right?
DC, yeah,
when I
yeah.
saw you, and he
But-
was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come out there and."
I
I'm
mean,
like, yeah,
everybody
yeah.
rocks with you. I've also noticed that, like, the Shakurs, the Tanks, like,
Yeah.
everybody rocks with you. Is it because of the amateurs? They know you from the
yeah,
tournaments
like
and
I
stuff?
said, like I've been around. Like I was always the young guy because, like you said, I'm young, but I was always around all them growing up. And now to see everyone doing their thing, it's cool because everyone's stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then it's just blessed.
How is that for both of you guys? Like you said, you know, you're seeing Jared, someone that you were with 8 years old. You're with Tank and Shakur. Like, how is that for you guys? A dream you've all had so many years ago. Now you're all on the highest level. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
that they're champions or not. You're here.
Mhm.
This is the
Right.
like if it was football, you're
Nah,
in the
definitely.
league.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, just you remember being at tournaments, seeing like all the guys that are winning the tournaments, and then like to see the guys that were winning the tournaments stick around and now they're doing their thing in the pros. It's just like cool to see. And then
Yeah.
like you said, like the family that we were talking about in the amateur boxing, like now it's in the pros. So now you're
the
seeing guys
pros.
from the amateurs in the pros, and it's just like you're seeing them again at another tournament.
Well, gentlemen, give out that social media.
You can follow me on Instagram at Otha Jones 3RD.
You can follow me on Instagram at Vito Mielnicki, Twitter at Vito Mielnicki Jr. Yeah.
Anywhere you want to direct them for those tickets to or the Orlando fight? Not yet. You don't know
Not
where.
yet. I don't know. Not yet.
And it's hard to get your tickets, but I don't
Nah,
know.
yeah, if you're in Vegas, if you could get a ticket April 22nd or buy the pay-per-view, tune in on Showtime, stream YouTube. We're going to put on a dominant performance. We had a great camp, and I'm excited to display my skills in front of the world. So, gonna be a
All
good-
right. Let's cut to a promo, guys. We'll be right back. Looks like we got Brian Norman Jr. in the studio as well. So don't go anywhere. If you're watching this live on YouTube, smash that thumbs up button. We'll be right
Crazy.
back.
Bro.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.